One of the most important things you can do to help your body recover and prepare for your next workout is to refuel properly. In this video, we will review the importance of recovery nutrition, how soon after training we should refuel, the 3 R's of recovery, consequences of neglecting recovery nutrition, and some tips for ensuring you are refueling properly. After training or competition, one of the most important things you can do for your body is to refuel. You just worked all of your muscles, so giving your body the nutrition it needs to recover is important. Post-workout fueling will replenish your energy stores, replace the fluids and electrolytes lost in sweat, and help your muscles recover and grow stronger. Proper fueling after a workout can decrease the risk of injury and support the immune system to keep sicknesses away. Additionally, after exercise, there's greater blood flow to our muscles and tissues, allowing for nutrients to be delivered more efficiently. Exercise can cause inflammation in the body, and getting proper fuel after a workout can help reduce this inflammation. There are many things that can affect recovery, including proper fueling, hydration, and sleep. All are important, and focusing on each of these aspects of recovery will help you be a better athlete for your next workout. It may be overwhelming to think about recovery nutrition, but don't overcomplicate it. When thinking about recovery nutrition, remember the 3 R's: refueling with carbs, rebuilding your muscles with protein, and rehydrating with fluid. During exercise, muscles break down and we burn through our carbohydrate or glycogen stores and sweat out lots of fluids. Therefore, we need to focus on hitting these 3 essential components of recovery. We'll talk about the 3 R's of recovery in more depth over the next few slides. Many people think recovery nutrition is only about protein, but carbohydrates are just as important. During exercise, we burn through our glycogen or carbohydrate stores, and replacing them is important. As discussed in our first module, carbohydrates are the body's main energy source. They are essential for performing routines and helping with that final push at the end of conditioning. Once we use up our carbohydrate stores, we need to replace them so we'll have enough energy for the next workout. Not prioritizing carbs for your recovery meal and snack can result in lower energy the next day, decreasing your performance in the gym and in other activities. Recovery nutrition is also extremely important if you're going to another activity or practice. Some athletes will focus on calculating exactly how many carbs they need after training. It's important not to fixate on an exact number, but instead make sure 1/3 to 1/2 of your post-training meal comes from carbohydrates. Maybe this means you have a cup of rice, pasta, baked potato, or a different kind of your favorite carb source for dinner. Carbs are how you refuel and restore your energy for your next activity, so remember to prioritize having carbohydrates on your plate. The second piece of recovery nutrition is to rebuild, and we do this with protein. Protein is essential for muscle growth and repair. During a hard workout, very tiny tears in muscle fibers occur. This is normal. When this happens, the body repairs those muscles and rebuilds them simultaneously. This is how our muscles grow. In order to grow, however, we need to supply them with the correct ingredients. This is where protein comes into play. If you remember in Module 1, we learned that protein is made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of our cells. Ideally, we want to have about 10 to 15 grams of protein in our snacks and 20 to 30 grams at meals. Don't focus too much on this number, but instead focus on always including a protein source on your recovery plate. Examples of proteins you can include are chicken, turkey, beef, tofu, beans, and fish. The final piece of recovery nutrition is to rehydrate with fluids. During exercise, your body loses a lot of fluids and electrolytes through sweat. Dehydration can lead to several issues, including impaired recovery. When we're dehydrated, the body has a harder time moving blood to the muscles, leading to slower tissue repair. After a training session, try to include fluid into your recovery routine. This doesn't have to be water, but can include Gatorade, Propel, protein shakes, chocolate milk, or even fruit. Certain foods have higher water content, such as melons or cucumbers. Eating these foods after exercise can help you stay hydrated, especially when you don't feel like drinking a lot of fluid. If you want to know more about hydration, make sure you refer back to Module 2 for more information. After a practice, you may not be thinking about food or have an appetite at all. Other times, you're starving and ready for food. In both situations, you should have a post-workout snack within 30 minutes of finishing your training. Directly after training, aim to have a smaller snack to stimulate your appetite and give your body a recovery jumpstart. Examples of fuel to have directly after practice are protein shake or other liquid calories, or a grab-and-go snack with carbs and protein. Examples of this might be chocolate milk, Gatorade and a protein bar, fruit and nut butter, trail mix, cheese and crackers, or pita chips and hummus. About 1.5 to 2 hours after your training, make sure you have a full meal. You want to be sure you're including a protein and a carbohydrate in this meal to help your body recover and prepare for your next workout. You can use the athlete's plate we discussed in Module 1 as a guide. Recovery nutrition is very important, and not fueling for recovery could lead to some issues. After practice, your body is primed for recovery, and proper fueling sets you up for success in your next training session. Skipping recovery nutrition could cause some consequences. First, without the right fuel, your muscles won't have what they need to repair and rebuild effectively. This can lead to increased soreness and decreased performance the next day, and can also leave you feeling pretty drained, as your body won't have enough carbs to sustain you throughout the rest of your day. Additionally, a lack of recovery nutrition could cause intense hunger, leading to increased food intake right before bed and disrupting your sleep. Finally, not refueling properly means your body won't have the resources it needs to recover during sleep, which is when a lot of recovery occurs. In short, fueling properly after a workout ensures your body can fully recover and be ready for your next training session. It's also important to remember the most important aspects of recovery is getting enough total fuel in your day or before your next training session. One bad recovery meal or snack won't make or break recovery. It's the consistent day-to-day habits that matter the most. Sometimes we don't have much of an appetite after we work out. Exercise can decrease your appetite because blood flow goes away from the gut and to the muscles, so it may be harder to eat after a workout. There are a few tips that can help when appetite's low. The first tip is to utilize liquid calories. Drinking nutrition is easier when you don't have much of an appetite, so utilizing protein shakes or smoothies, which have some protein and carbs, can help you fuel without actually having to eat a meal. Another tip is to have something cold. Eating or drinking something cold can help cool the body's core temperature and stimulate your appetite. One last tip is always having familiar foods on hand, which you can have when nothing else sounds good. If you want more information and tips on fueling with a low appetite, check out Module 4. That's all the videos for this module, but be sure to check out the additional resources for handouts and some fun recipes to try.